Video game!
Would I want a Mario Odyssey 2? I would play it and I would love it. That's not my preference. I would like a new gimmick. But I think a Mario Odyssey 2 would be smart. I think it would be smart because I think to get casual Switch owners to migrate to the Switch 2 and purchase that and not feel like I don't need that. I have the Switch. I have all my games there. I think they need to put games that they bought on the first system that they can only play in the second one. I think Mario Odyssey 2 would be more appealing to those people than, you know, Mario whatever, a new one. Alright, so we know we are getting Mario Kart 9 or whatever it's going to be called on the Switch 2, but what else do we want game-wise? What do you guys want? We know what we're gonna, you know, there's gonna be Mario, there's gonna be Zelda, but what do you want from the Mario games? What do you want from the Zelda games? We know we're going to get Metroid Prime 4. Do you guys want another 2D Metroid? Do we need another Animal Crossing? Pikmin 5? Like, what do you guys want out of this? I'll tell you what I want out of Zelda. This is what I think they need to do with Zelda. Obviously, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, great open world formula. A lot of games. Elden Ring, they said they took inspiration from Breath of the Wild. So it's got influence in a lot of games. Breath of the Wild is my all-time favorite game. The Shrine formula was really cool. They got away from the classic Zelda, pretty much linear dungeon routine. This is what I would like to see for the next big 3D Zelda. I would like to see them combine the new formula of the big giant open world with all the shrines and all that with classic dungeons. If there was one thing that I thought Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were lacking, is that the 4 main dungeons kinda are a letdown, especially in Breath of the Wild. The Divine Beasts, if they made like Breath of the Wild but with like 8 to 10 old school dungeons in it, that would be fantastic to me. I think that's the next evolution of where Zelda needs to go. A Smash Brothers reboot. Where do they go from there? I mean, can you top Smash Brothers Ultimate? I mean, it's got like 1 million characters. How do you, if you were making the Smash Brothers reboot, what's the next step there? Donkey Kong? I bet you we do get a new Donkey Kong Country. I think that's why Donkey Kong Country Returns Remaster is coming out for the Switch. Tropical Freeze came out, I think, also in 2014. So, like Mario Kart 8, it's an old game. I think we definitely will get a Donkey Kong Country game on the Switch too. Twilight Princess remake? Oh, remake. You're talking remake. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I'd want a remake of any of those. I love Twilight Princess the way it is. I don't know. But I said that about a lot of games that I ended up liking the remakes. A new Metroid game. We're definitely getting Metroid Prime 4. Do you want a new 2D Metroid? Did you play Metroid Dread? I really liked Metroid Dread. I would like to see a new 2D Metroid game. One word, Tifa. Tifa needs to be in Tekken 8. I've been thinking of getting a Switch 2 only if there's a game I want. There's no other reason to get it, Scott. What do you guys want from a new Zelda game? Do you want more like Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening remake? Do you want more in that 2D style? Do you want another 3D one in the style of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? Do you want a new 3D one in a completely different style? You liked Echoes? I liked Echoes. It was a lot of fun. You want one like Breath of the Wild? You don't like the 3D? I do. I like both. If it's double the amount of games because we're getting 2D games and 3D games, I'm all for it. You would love GameCube and Sega Saturn on the Nintendo Switch Online. I would too, because there's a lot of Saturn games that I've never played and I never will because they're so friggin' expensive. DK Jungle Beat HD should also come with Switch 2. I've never played that. Is that the Bongos one? Yeah, I've never played it. Pokemon. I think the, I don't even know how to pronounce it yet. The Z to A game, ZA, Z to A, ZA, I don't know. I think that's going to be on both Switch 1 and Switch 2. That's been in development for a while. But I bet you we will get Generation 10 on the Switch 2. That's a guarantee. I wonder if I get Switch 2 with some of my games work. I hope, I bet most of them will. You think we'll get another Luigi's Mansion? It's interesting that we got 2 of them on the Switch. We got 3, and then they remastered 2. Mario Kart 9, I don't think there could be a better launch title, honestly. I think that's the best one. Do I think they will come up with some new IP? I don't know. What's the last one they did? Have they come out with a big one since Splatoon? Star Fox. Are they going to try it again? What did you guys think of Star Fox Zero? I liked it, but it didn't hit. And I think it didn't hit because it was on the Wii U. But I would like to see a new Star Fox game. Just don't get fancy with the gimmicks. The fancy with the gimmick with the gamepad for the Zero version, that was the worst part of it. Having to look down at the screen, I didn't like that part of it. Never heard of Star Fox? It's a series that started on Super Nintendo, and the original game was very popular. And then it came out on Nintendo 64, which most people consider the best Star Fox game, Star Fox 64. And then after that, it just kind of struggled. A new Yoshi game? Maybe. They had one on the Wii U and on the Switch. You'd love for Waluigi to get his own series. I always use him in Mario Tennis. Somebody was telling me, was it you? I don't remember who it was. That Mario Tennis was his debut game. I've never played a Wario game. I heard the GameCube one is really good. Do we see more of that stuff? Waluigi's Mansion, that is a great idea. That would be hilarious. That would be a day one buy for me. Animal Crossing, any of you guys play Animal Crossing? I don't. I could care less, but it'd probably be a good seller. Like I said, Pokemon, I'm going to get the new Legends one. I'm going to assume we will get Generation 10 on there. But what about Mario? What do you guys want for Mario? Odyssey 2? Just a new Mario game? Or Galaxy 3? How cool would Galaxy 3 be? They probably won't. They're probably not going to go backwards, right? But that would be sick. Super Mario Sunshine 2? I still have never beat the original. I'm terrible at that game. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll be better at it now after playing Astrobot. In all seriousness, the Wario and Waluigi series would be funny, like the Mario and Luigi one. Well, in all seriousness, even if you were joking, Waluigi's Mansion, I think would be funny. And I think would be awesome. Just guessing, but I think they'll line up a new Mario game with the next movie. That could be. But I would like a new 2D Mario and a new 3D. Super Mario RPG 2. I wonder if the remake was testing the waters to see if people were interested in that. I wonder. Like okay, we'll remake it. If this sells really well, we can make another one. A new Earthbound? I don't know who owns that. Nintendo published it, but does that mean that they own it? But yeah, the sequel, Mother 3, was a Game Boy Advance game that only came out in Japan in 2006. The cult following that Earthbound has got, it might be popular enough now to make a new one. Mother 4 would go crazy. They would. I would think that it would probably be Mother 4 in Japan, but I think here it would be Earthbound subtitle. I don't think it would be Earthbound 2 or Earthbound 4 or anything like that. I think it would be Earthbound in a subtitle. Punch-Out! God, please. Please. I've never played a Mario Strikers game. I heard the original one's the best. I like the original Mario Golf. I have the GameCube one, but I've never played it. I love the original Mario Tennis. I never played the GameCube Wii Mario Tennis one, so I don't know how that is. But the Switch one I didn't really like. I don't know. Time for a new Dr. Mario. I love Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario is addicting. I like the original NES one, man. Princess Daisy. Well, I bet you if the Peach game did well, maybe they will make a Daisy game. Maybe a new Excitebike. When was the last one there? Nintendo 64? Mario Hoops. I have a Mario Sports game for the Wii that had basketball in it. Mario Sports Mix or something like that. It wasn't very good. But a full out Mario Hoops game like the in style of the soccer game, that might be pretty fun. I played Pikmin 3 and I didn't get very far into it. I didn't get it. Like, I wasn't really having fun with it. ARMS 2. How was ARMS? I never played it. I've had people tell me that it's actually fun, but I have zero experience with ARMS. I'm sure we'll definitely get a Splatoon 4. Guys, I think this might be it. I think this might be the time that F-Zero comes back. I think F-Zero 99 tested the waters. Or at least to put it back in people's heads. I would bet, I think it is highly likely that we get a new F-Zero on the Switch 2. Bayonetta 4, I like the Bayonetta series. Those games are pretty tough. I think the key to the Switch 2, and we discussed this, is the Nintendo library. All the big third-party games that can or cannot come to the Switch, I don't think that's going to matter at all. I think what that's going to do is it will give Nintendo fans more things to play, but they're not going to sell consoles. Halo the Master Chief Collection going to Switch 2 will not sell one Switch 2, but people that have a Switch 2 will buy it. So I don't, like, those style of games are not going to be system sellers because the best versions of them will not be on Switch. They just won't. But they're good options for fans that only play Nintendo and they already have it. They will buy those games to play them. So I don't think like the big AAA releases will have any effect on the Switch 2 just like they didn't on the Switch 1. Paper Mario, people were a bit skeptical about the price, which is interesting considering the Steam Deck is $600. What we got to remember here is this is Nintendo, and Nintendo sells to families. They're not gonna they're gonna take a loss on it if they have to. They're not gonna put out a $500 console. No way in hell. I think the max that this could possibly be is $399. Any franchises we forgot? But I think F-Zero is going to be the big comeback series on this. I think that's the time.